So you can't expect me not to explore the unknown with you. I hope. maybe you do, but the last two videos have been pretty conventional in their exploration of the hero's journey. Now let's twist it a little bit and explore the unknown in the unknown of your potential exploration. So let's take the model of the hero's journey, and I've kind of rearranged it a bit. So using my model or spiral dynamics, and I'm not even going to dig it too deep beyond spiral dynamics itself. So if you're not familiar with spiral dynamics, that would be useful for this video. So this particular video will take a bit of extra data. You don't need to watch it. It's more a deeper dive for those people that are understanding of these things or want to learn about those things to facilitate your journey forward, the hero's journey into the unknown in that exploration. But so I'm just going to contend that in a certain respect, we see a pattern emerge with the hero's journey that's reflected in development itself. And so you can actually kind of anticipate these processes. The hero's journey does that for you a bit. But the nice thing about this is I'm going to show you how from different angles you can explore the same concept. And then we're going to learn to functionally fit them with different people's hero's journey, which is what spiral dynamics kind of tells us might be available. And so that's something the hero's journey leaves out. And it's a thing that's new that can add to the very nature of the hero's journey. So let's explore this a bit. So the foundation, you're going from the known to the unknown, and you're meeting your mentor usually in this. And so what they're doing is they're laying a foundation for you. They can't give you a forecast of what you're going to face, but they can give you a deep dive in the challenges that they've faced in their hero's journey, especially if it's a deep hero's journey. And that sort of motivates you to actually undergo your own hero's journey here. So they're giving you a deep dive in the depths for which you might explore in the heaviness that the burden, the weight that you're going to carry as in your process. So in that sense, it's kind of beigeous. It's like the foundation, it's laying groundwork for everything. And that's the beige fractal, not necessarily beige in this context of spiral analysis, but it's like this new exploration that you're undergoing, some sort of new journey in that sense. And then with challenges and tests, which are the next step usually in the hero's journey, you now have this data and you're starting to take your first steps into this unknown territory, right? And with each step you take, or a big step or whatever, there's novelty being thrown at you. So these are challenges that you're facing in this navigation. In the purple landscape, or the purple fractal, there's this idea of like animistic spirits that, you don't fully understand or comprehend. It's like this, you haven't built the mind for which to fully deal with this yet. You're just kind of, you're starting to kind of make some early connections and like, just building out the brain a little bit on how this all works. And so that's the second step, kind of doing that. And then third, you're actually in the abyss. And this is the place where there's a fundamental turnaround. The brain is kind of getting operationalized in this new way. So this reflects the impulsive energies of red. And it's like, new powers get operationalized, new sort of strengths get created in this dark, heavy landscape that you now are in deep novelty. And so in that place, radical, profound change agent has emerged from this process, or starting to taking the first steps out. And as you take your steps out, you've dealt with some of the darkest stuff now in that hero's journey. You've delved into the abyss and you've fought things and you've done things maybe that you're not fully happy with, and there's a sense of maybe regret with some of the ways you've handled those processes. And then you have to kind of build an atonement with that process. Like I really went on a deep hero's journey here, and I faced demons that most people would never face. And I did things that I regret and I'm remorseful about it. But on the other hand, I think I can gift something eventually here to the future. So I have to kind of be okay with both the good and the bad for which I've come and bringing this forward to the world. So you try to make a peace in yourself with the process that you've undergone to some degree, some measure. And so that's like the bluish landscape of kind of being okay with the orders of operations that you find yourself in this lineage. And this is a new lineage now that you're bringing out in your hero's journey. You're bringing a new lineage of processes through this network of fighting and processes that you've gone through to try to bring greater peace or greater understanding, whatever it is that you're doing here to the world. And then so the next step is that you're offering it to the world in sort of this rational sense, like, how does this work? This is how it works. I'm going to show it to you, give it to you so that you don't have to do this. You don't have to go through this process in the deep, heavy way that I do. I can just abstract it, like telepathically to your mind. It's not exactly telepathic, but just transmit it to you so that you don't have to go through the confusion that I had to go through to get this data. So then you gift it and make it concrete. You're back in the known now. You're back in a place where this is kind of above board. You're kind of in the head. You're back in the place that you can converse and transmit data freely. Like below this, you were kind of, below the neck, and you couldn't gift this stuff yet. And so you're starting to work back into the head, kind of the more traditional domain of humans. And then you can start to integrate it. So this is the place that the traditional hero's journey hasn't dealt with. And this is really a new place too. So it's kind of an unknown known. But I'm going to say it's like the top of the head in a certain sense. You're now taking other people's hero's journeys. You're seeing them for what they are as best you can. And you're meshworking it with your hero's journey. And this is a process too. And it's a gift also, and a deep gift if you can actually do it. Not everybody can. But you can see the lenses of the different landscapes of hero's journey and start to functionally fit them into a greater unity.